Hello and welcome back to another lesson. Hi, I hope you enjoy my little cow. I really like it. Isn't it cute? Anyways, welcome back and thank you for joining me. Today we are going to be talking about analyzing characters. Yep, that's the topic for today's lesson. So let us go ahead and get started. Our clear learning target for this lesson is I can use evidence from the text to analyze my characters. Okay, and it might not be characters, it might be real people if you all have a non-fiction story. So please do keep that in mind, okay? Okay, so let's begin from the beginning. It's always a good way. Characters are the people or animals in the story or the selection, whether it is fiction or non-fiction. And you can see here some examples of well-known characters, right? So they could be in video games, they can be in a song, they can be in a work of art like a painting. So remember that characters is whatever the representation is on that work of art. Okay? Okay, very good. So, analyze the character. Why do we need to do that? What's one of the main reasons, or what are the main reasons that we analyze characters? Well, it helps us understand the story better, or the biography, or whatever is going, or the history, if we're talking about American history, okay, or world history. It helps us understand whatever is it that we are reading better, or listening to, or watching, right? It also strengthens our ability to analyze people in the real world. Yes, as we interact with other people, we analyze them. We read their body language, we read their facial expression, we read between the lines of whatever they say. So yes, it helps us also with people in the real world. And now, remember that there are different types of characters. And this, I'm talking here strictly about fiction, right? But we can kind of apply this also to nonfiction. So I'm talking about the protagonist. So remember that protagonist is the main character in the story, or let's say, if it's a history, so who is the main character on that piece of history? Okay. um we're also talking about antagonist. An antagonist is the character that opposes the main character, right? So it's the one that is against the main character or protagonist. And then we have the other characters or supporting characters, and this is everyone else, okay? So if I was talking about Abraham Lincoln, for example, then maybe he's a professor, or would be another character, or maybe his wife would be another supporting character. If I am talking about the antagonist, then I might be talking about the person that opposed his ideas, right? So that's exactly what we're talking about when we talk about types of characters, okay? Now, we are going to be analyzing together the three little pigs. Okay, now for that, I am going to read the story in just a moment. But I'm choosing this one because it's a well-known story. Okay, so I want something that you guys can relate to as we analyze the characters. Okay, so let's get ready to listen to the story of the three little pigs. Little pigs. Introduction. Once upon a time, in a quiet little town, there lived three little pigs. One day, the pigs decided it was time to leave their mother's home. Off they went to build homes of their own. The first little pig decided to build his home out of straw. In no time at all, the little pig built his house. Then he sat down to eat his lunch of pea soup, salad, and bread. The little pig happily slurped and chewed until he heard an angry knock on the door. It was a ravenous wolf. Little pig, let me come in, said the hungry wolf. Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin, said the frightened little pig. Then I will huff, and I will puff, and I will blow your house in, growled the wolf. As the wolf inhaled deeply, his lungs filled up with like balloons. Woo! The wolf exhaled with such force that he blew the house into a haystack. He also blew the little pig down the street to his brother's house. The second little pig decided to build his house out of sticks. Just as he had finished his roof, his little brother blew in. The little pig trembled as he told his brother about the wolf. Don't worry, little brother, said the second little pig. Sticks are stronger than straw. Let's go inside for some peppermint tea. The pigs were deep in conversation when they heard an angry knock on the door. Little pigs, little pigs, let me come in, said the ravenous wolf. Not by the hairs of our chinny chin chins, answered the little pigs. Then I will huff, and I will puff, and I will blow your house in, growled the wolf. Again, the wolf inhaled deeply, and again, when he exhaled, the wolf blew down the house, leaving a pile of sticks. The wolf also blew the little pigs down the hill they rolled like two pink balls. The third little pig built a brick house. He was hanging a welcome sign when his younger brothers rolled onto his front steps. The pigs sobbed as they told their older brother about the wolf. Let's see if the wolf can blow down this house, said the third little pig. Come inside for some peach pie. You'll feel better. The three little pigs looked at the door. Little pigs, let me come in, yelled the wolf. Not by the hairs of our chinny chin chins, shouted the little pigs. Then I will huff, and I will puff, and I will blow your house in, roared the wolf. The wolf huffed and puffed and puffed and huffed and toppled over. He could not get those bricks to budge. Breathless and weak, the wolf lay on the ground like a balloon out of air. The little pigs called an ambulance for the wolf. Then they happily returned to their peach pie. The three little pigs lived happily ever after, eating pea soup, sipping tea, and baking pies in their brick house. The end. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at a couple of things before we continue. Okay, so what is I don't think I have this, but what is the setting of the story? What is the setting of the Three Little Pigs? It's once upon a time, right? So it's a when. We could also say somewhere in the wilderness, because that's pretty much where it is located. But once upon a time, very good. So let's go ahead and look at the characters, okay? So who is the protagonist? Yes, very good. Pig number three is the protagonist of the story. And who is the antagonist? Well, yes, of course, the wolf. That's the antagonist. How about supporting characters or other characters? Who are they? Well, we have pig number one and pig number two. And the mother was also mentioned, but she's really not part of the story. So we're not going to put it here just because of that, right? Just like the ambulance driver was not mentioned. So they are not characters in the story. They were just mentioned, okay? Okay, very good. Now, remember that we are we're doing characterization, right? So let's go ahead and look at this. Okay, so this is my character chart, and you will be doing one of these. So we are going to go ahead and do pig number three together. And then I'm going to ask you to pause the video and you can do the wolf on your own. Okay? Deal? Excellent. Okay, so pick number three. So what do you think are the characters of outside traits? Okay, so I'm talking about how he looks, his physics, his physical. How can you say was the little pig? So think about little pigs. Okay, so what do they look like? Some of them are pink, yes. Some of them are they're tiny little. They're cute, aren't they? They're a little bit chubby, okay? So, yeah, I got chubby and cute because that's what little pigs are look like, okay? So, what are his actions, okay? So, we're going to look at his actions to then decide what are his inside traits, okay? Okay. So, let's look at his actions. Okay, well, he built a brick house, right? He was very smart and he also helped his brothers, right? So these are his actions, right? So we can say that he is caring because he took his brothers in, right? And he's also hardworking because he didn't go for the easy way of building a house of straw or sticks. He actually did a lot of work and built a house of brick, right? And that also makes him very smart because he was probably thinking about the wolf, right? Okay, so what I'm asking you now is to pause the video and take a few minutes to complete the same thing but for the wolf this time. Okay, so how would you describe the wolf outside, and what are his actions, and how would you say that what are his inside traits? Okay. Okay. Okay, so let's see what you got. Okay, so hairy, yes. Mean looking, very angry looking, yes, definitely. Yes, very big. That's great. Okay, so that's what I got. I got hairy and big because wolves are usually have a lot of hair, right? And what I can see in my brain is a big wolf, right? Okay, so how about his actions? What were the wolf's actions in the story? Okay, so he was blowing the little pig's houses all the time. So he was puffing and huffing and blowing things. Okay, very good. Yeah, he wanted to eat the pigs. That's true. He kept following them, pursuing them, right? Trying to catch them. Okay, very good. Definitely mean. Yeah, I would say so. Very good. Okay, so this is what I got. I got blew down two of the houses, kept trying to eat the pigs and wouldn't give up. That's something probably positive about the wolf, right? That it wouldn't give up. Okay, almost died before he gave up. So, what are his inside traits? Yeah, well, if you said a bully, you're totally correct. He was definitely very mean. He was hungry. That's why he wanted to eat the pigs. And he was also deceitful, right? Yes, he was a lying wolf. Okay, very nice, class. Okay, so now it's your turn. That's right. So, as you read today's selection, which it is on your Canvas course or whatever platform your teacher is using, please choose a character to analyze and complete the chart below. And after that, just upload it to Canvas for me or your teacher to check. Okay? Very nice. Well, I want to thank you for a wonderful lesson. I want to thank you for being here, for your participation, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.